Hello, this is the General, May 20th. It is about 15:30 hours. And basically what video is going to be, it may be 1, 2, or 3, I don't know yet. What we're going to do is debrief about this prior or ongoing crisis with the hybrid viral agent release that went global. People have asked, where have I been for the past 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks? Well, I've been taking care of my family and preparation. Where were you during the past crisis? Is my rhetorical question. I hope that you went from 30-day reset to 24-hour reset until you were comfortable enough to go back to 30-day reset. I found out information that I had confirmation on that motivated me to get off my ass and do some manual labor. And we had rain all but one day this month through Sunday, basically. And I was outside making a damn chicken coop. A chicken coop, of all things. A hotel palace for chickens, egg-laying hens. I like outdoors, but I don't care to be out in inclement weather building with power tools and cutting wood inside, because I'm not a carpenter or builder. I'm not in-town watchman. Billy's a master carpenter. I am a commander. I don't build things. I wish I had learned, as one of my youngest brother actually can do things like this, but he doesn't live here. I wished I had developed some skills. Where was I? Making a partially submerged egg-laying hen chicken pen under a large generous deck. I saw some examples of this in parts of the world where you had destabilized nation, occupied, war-torn, violence, food was a hardship, the haves and have-nots was a great division between haves and have-nots, and people had put their livestock in egg-laying hens, which was a commodity to have fresh eggs, by the way. And some of you that have been in the military have seen, you can use various countries that you've seen and observed or were deployed to and assigned, that sometimes having fresh, clean food was an asset. However, I got some of the ideas watching people put them closer to their house. I have a shed on the top of the property, but it's a little too out in the open for my family and the egg-laying hens. The purpose for the hens was to keep them alive. And I made a large chicken coop that would allow them to be put up in the shed with the coop and build a pen enclosed out on one of the sides and have some free roaming access, but they have free roaming under the deck. And I had to get down on my hands and knees with a railroad pick and a shovel and a 5-gallon bucket. And as large as I am, that was one of the most painful things I've done in years. Aside from the medical illness, this was challenging. And I had to take and backfill tons of dirt that would protect the hens from stray rounds if it became violent. Now see, this is twofold. We can use, if it doesn't end up in hell and destruction, I can clean the chicken mess out, put the hens up on the top of the hill, and use this as a nice storage area. I can put whatever I want to down there, basically. Now, we also, by taking and putting tons of backfilled dirt, clay, and rock, if I ever have to get under there, I have a good tactical positioning that would allow me to defend if it came down to it now. I hope it doesn't. And it gives me something surrounded by block and very thick wood as well to deflect rounds, hopefully. I also went and made about almost a 20-foot privacy fence under the pen, under the deck, to buffer the noise. Nobody out on we're not on top of the road, but I don't need people knowing we have egg-laying hens, especially if it goes in the scenarios I've seen in the world. We don't need people understanding, they've got food up there, somebody's habitating up there. No, they don't. There's not enough eggs to go around. Get your own damn chickens is my point. I didn't want to do it, but I'm going to. I also had to enclose a wood where we can lock and secure them. They have ventilation and they're safe. And the point with this is, I didn't want to wait. People, you don't know how close we came to martial law. I'll speak about that in a minute. I also spent my time preparation, digging 24 to 25-inch posts for 4x4 8-foot posts that took 3 bags of sackcrete, which is quite a bit, to make sure when I make a security fence, which will serve in peaceful times as a privacy fence, but in hell and destruction, or the times we're in now, it'll serve as a security fence, thick wood, and I'm in the process of doing that now, and I'll probably be busy for the next 3 weeks with that. If I get in too much pain, I'll have to back off, but as stubborn as I am, I'll probably, once I get to setting the planks up, I won't stop. What'll stop me is my lack of skills, and I have to ask some people such as In Time, what do I do here at this point? How do I overcome it and go on? Something as simple as making gates is a headache to me, and doors. I made a lot of firewood, by the way, with some doors I made for the getting into the chicken pen. That's too bad. I learned from it. This is the things I needed to do. I still have tons of wood. I'm checking the time. I have tons of wood on the side of the fence and the perimeter that I need to get and bring over. I have other things to do, but my point with this is, people, I'll tell you now. I had very good resources that could understand and comprehend the medical model that the CDC and the World Health Organization was using for the threat assessment of this staged, and it is a staged viral release. I believe it was intentional. I have a good friend in Arizona. Blake has a good education. He was very helpful in helping me understand the medical model terms and what was really going on. The media hyped. I believe they were withholding or exaggerating. The government seemed too thirsty and hungry to go to martial law. The world was pushing for a concept that we may have to contain certain areas. Whether you want to believe it or not, DOD and DHS and DOJ were on administrative high command level 6. Covertly, they typically are one level above what is known to the public. The only thing that kept you from being in martial law right now was the fact those birds, those Air Force birds taking the general command staff up that's loyal to the industrial military complex and the elite globalist. Not you and not the Constitution. These are hand-picked people putting their asses up in the air with the authentication codes. They were ready to put them up in the air with the call out for green. It was that close. And what the friend I mentioned, Blake, helped me with the medical model, I knew something was wrong. They did not have the sustainability and justification to go to level 6. But they were. And they still are. Are they going to admit it? I doubt it. Why are they going to admit they want to go martial law on you? Did they want you any more prepared than you are? No. But having a good, solid contacts that can tell you this is not what they're saying it is. It's at a lesser, the medical model was here, and the feds was up to here with martial law, and the actual validity of this was, it was not anywhere near a 5 or 6. But the feds were up here ready to give authentication codes and put the birds in the air to manage, systematically invoke martial law on you. There was a difference. And I do believe there's a good chance. I've listened to microbiologists, MDs that study virus, that there's a good chance this will mutate and redefine itself and come back this summer or fall, similar to the 1918 flu. And I'm not an expert on this. I've tried to become decently competent in understanding their terminology. I don't believe we have much time, people. We need to end this video and start a second one on this briefing here. Let me get, this is a new camera. We got a remote here.